Content warning. On this podcast, we discuss sensitive issues, including but not limited to swearing, tasteless jokes, situations of a sexual nature, and drug use. This podcast is not intended for children. Hello, and welcome to BiblioWrecks, the podcast where we read the worst stories the world has to offer, and then we tell you all about it. I'm Bugs.
And I'm Bam Bam.
We're doing a book today.
Yeah.
And what's the name of the book?
Well,
we've had a time, so we're trying to move forward.
yeah, I thought we were doing a different thing, and now we're doing this thing, which
Yes.
I was prepared for, but I wasn't expecting.
Yes. So, sorry about that.
No, it's not your fault. I'm doing The Aquarium by Kenneth.
Oh, I have a water phobia.
Yeah, me too. Doesn't matter,
Oh.
because this isn't... Well, I mean, it kind of is, but it's trying to be horror, but it's more just dumb action.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'll be fine.
Yeah.
Okay. I won't
No,
be upset
no,
by that then.
thalassophobia problems, I don't think.
Okay.
This was suggested by Hermit_187_purveyor on our Piece of Shit Book Club
Ooh.
on Reddit. They originally suggested a different book by this author, but I wanted to start with this one because it's one of the author's shorter ones so that I can take some time and establish a little bit about the author because the author is insane.
Right.
But the original book they had suggested was Lexicon Triumvirate, and it's pretty wild. I've got the book. It's just gonna take some time.
Those are some words.
Yeah,
Put together in
they
strings.
sure are. Just like the rest of this book, it is a series of words. In fact,
Attempting to make a sentence.
but yeah, I wanted to still give that person credit. So thanks, Hermit.
So they weren't directing it to us. It was just in a Reddit about bad books.
No, they were. I was on Reddit and asking questions about. I was asking about a different book, and they started commenting back, and we got to talking back and forth, and they suggested this author's other book.
Gotcha.
But this one's fairly short, so I decided to do this one first.
Nice.
So I can do the book and establish this author.
Right.
Before we get into the book, I want to talk about the author in order to contextualize what we're reading a little bit.
Do we need any trigger warnings?
Racism, homophobia, gruesome death.
Ooh, lovely.
And I don't know where AIDS lands on that, but there is an AIDS mention, so I don't know where that one lands. But
Well, it kind of depends on the context and how they talk about it, because it can be
Yeah.
really homophobic depending on how it's talked about.
It's not, that part's not directly homophobic. There is some
There
homophobic
also can be
stuff.
misinformation.
Yeah.
So, okay.
It's not, it doesn't even come up to par for misinformation. It's just dumb. So this author made a little bit of a splash back in the mid-aughts. In 2007, according to an article written on NBC's website, Asian Week, a newspaper in San Francisco, fired their writer, Kenneth over a column that got published.
Ooh.
You want to know what the name of the column was?
No, run away. Turn this off. I'm guessing it's something very bad.
The column's called Why I Hate Blacks.
Ooh. Yeah, there's the racism.
Yeah,
And there's no dog whistles.
no.
That is...
You know, that is something I will fucking say for
Okay.
this author. It is refreshing how
blatantly honest.
blatantly racist he is. He has no shame.
There is no fucks to give here. He is just straight up. I hate black people. God.
No, don't say that. Someone's going to cut it out.
Oh, no. I mean, you've clipped me talking about goat rape, so...
Yeah, that's true. But that was funny, is my defense. So in this article, he supports discrimination against blacks because, quote, they are the only race that has been enslaved for 300 years.
Oh, so they deserved it.
That's what he thinks.
Oh my God! Because
Yeah.
they were defeated and enslaved, they deserve
Yeah.
it. Wow.
So What?
Okay, that's the angle we're coming from.
Yeah, it's crazy. So he pisses off everybody back in
Yes.
2007.
Yes.
And later, he got an interview on a major news publication. You want to guess who?
Fox.
It was Fox.
Yeah, it's Fox. There you go.
And they're interviewing him about this column.
Right.
And I'm just going to read the interview basically verbatim. I did a little bit of editing to take out like the ums and the
For
filler
clarity.
words. Yeah. And this is the interviewer. Author of the column Why I Hate Blacks, the writer Kenneth Ng. But what made Ng write that column in the first place? Why does he say that he hates blacks and whites and even his fellow Asians? With me now, self-proclaimed Asian supremacist Kenneth Ng. So Mr. Ng, have you changed your mind?
Has the backlash, like, made you a better person?
No, it did not. Well, no. And firstly, if I'm racist, then so is Sofia Coppola.
Who's
I
that?
don't know. I Googled her and she's just an actress and a director. I don't know anything about her.
Okay. It's kind of like, well, if I'm racist, everyone else is.
Pretty much. And more importantly, I'd like to talk about the philosophy of dragons. Lexicon Triumvirate, which tells a story about cyborg dragons fighting in the Middle Ages, and in this realm, evolution has worked in a more logical way, even though it's in a fantasy setting, which makes it logical that dragons are more superior to humans in that they have
He's a dragon
intelligence.
supremacist?
In that they have intelligence and are larger.
Dragon supremacist. Very nice. Very nice.
None of that, like, followed anything.
No.
That didn't even follow his own statements, much
No.
less the earlier question.
Right. This is, I'm on here, and you're going to ask me about my racism, and I'm
just
gonna
gonna
give
pitch my book.
I'm just going to pitch my book.
Interviewer comes back with, you're talking about some of your science fiction. You're a science fiction writer, correct? Yes, but it relates to this as well because, and then the interview just interrupts him.
Uh-huh.
But in your column, you say, I hate black people. In an earlier column, you said, I hate white people. And also said in an even earlier column, evidently, I hate Asians. Do you really believe that you hate all those different people? Well, I generally hate black and white people, but the Asian article was sarcastic.
Oh!
It's kind of like the sarcasm I had in my novel, in which dragons slay tons and tons of humans. But this relates to this in the sense that dragons logically follow evolution. But fucking nothing there, right?
Does he know what sarcasm is?
I don't think he knows what anything is.
I
think the guy's just crazy.
What? He's just crazy. Yeah.
Oh, and he's hilarious. He's hilariously awful.
Wow. Dragon and Asian supremacist. And even on Fox News, they're like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
dude?
this guy
What are you doing?
creeped the people at Fox News out with how racist he is.
Wow.
Interviewer comes back. But do you have any regrets about saying something as overtly racist as you hate somebody because they're black or because they're white? Evidently, Sofia Coppola... I don't know what he's got against Sofia Coppola, but he keeps bringing her up. Evidently, Sofia Coppola and Quentin Tarantino have nothing against that, and neither do Shaquille O'Neal or Chris Tucker, so I have no regrets at all.
He's just naming random news people.
He's just
and
naming famous people he knows.
Jingly keys. Jingly keys. Jingly keys.
But the keys aren't jingly. They're made out of Jell-O.
Yeah.
So he doesn't hurt himself.
I don't... Wow. Non sequitur, the person.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, he gets a little bit lucid at this next part. So the interviewer asks him again, why do you hate blacks? Well, to be blunt, 90% of them usually walk up to me and call me ching chong and stuff, but I mean, I don't really give a damn, but after a while it gets pretty damn annoying, and not to mention they get so much media attention, but aside from that, you probably want to know why I call myself the god of the universe as well.
Yes, actually. Well, that's interesting. Yes.
Well, the interviewer didn't want to know that.
Oh.
He says, no, I wasn't going to ask you about that. Why do you hate white people? Well, part of that is the fact that so many of them are Christians, and religion is obviously a pathetic religion, just like any other religion. And the reason why I call myself God of the Universe is because it's a play on religion. It's a parody because and then he gets cut off again because he's gone batshit.
Yeah,
off the rails.
we are off the rails.
Why were you angry at so many different kinds of people? First of all, I'd like to say that solipsism proves my philosophy.
Okay. I have met people who had a one-track mind. This
guy's got a 9-track mind.
Then they're kind of running like in parallel.
Yeah, they're not. There are 9 tracks, but none of them are connected.
Right. But he's just a tank. Yeah. He's just going to push through. We're not talking about his article ever, are we?
Yeah, I think he got the interview and he probably just assumed, oh, well, they're just going to ask me questions like in general or something like that when they very specifically wanted to know about this article he put out.
Right. Well, it sounds like he doesn't even care what they're asking. He has what he wants to say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is an opportunity for him to talk about himself and show off how smart he thinks he is.
Right.
I think.
I mean, he is God of the universe.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
He has logical evolved dragons.
And philosophy.
And
logically
solipsism.
Evolved dragons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, we must all bow to him.
Yeah. First of all, I'd just like to say that solipsism proves that my philosophy is that since I'm the only consciousness I'm aware of, that means solipsism must be real. Therefore, since perception creates reality of both the quantum and relativistic realms, I must be God.
Shoot me now.
Yeah.
Please just put me out of my misery.
It's so done. It's just circular reasoning circus.
Yes.
And then he says, if there is such a thing as God, then he's me. Either worship me or you are religion. Don't know what that one is. Then the interviewer just asks him, why are you so angry? He asks him that like over and over again.
This sounds like kind of a bad interviewer. Like he doesn't really know how to deal with this.
I don't know how anyone would deal with this. This guy's just going off the rail. This guy is like clearly trying to drive him back to the question, but Kenneth Eng like just has none of it and will not be driven.
Wow.
And then he says, well, after living an entire life of being discriminated against and just seeing white and black people get away with it so overtly, especially if you read my articles about my experiences in NYU, it's kind of hard not to get angry. And at that point, the interviewer just gives up and throws to commercial.
Wow, so that's the end of the interview?
That's the end of the interview. And it's like less than 2 minutes. It's insane.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah.
So we're reading which book by this guy? Is it the one he mentions?
That's the one I want to eventually read for the podcast.
Oh, okay.
Because it seems the craziest. This one, the Aquarium, seemed a little more simple and shorter, so I wanted to do it first.
We are entering the realm of the madman.
Yeah, we're getting into the mind behind that interview.
Wow.
We're getting into his mind.
Okay.
Chapter 1, super short. We begin with a super close description of a goldfish, like describing it as a monster as it's getting fed fish food.
So I'm the size of an algae.
Yeah.
Looking at a fish.
And you're seeing like, oh, this monstrous thing, and then it's like the camera like pans out and you're like, oh, it's just a goldfish.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of the...
Is that
I feel
done
like that's
effectively?
Kinda. I don't know. To me, it was like clearly obvious it was a goldfish from like the second line. So I don't. It could have worked for somebody. I don't think it was like particularly badly done. I just think it was dumb.
Gotcha.
Here's the description. The monstrosity snapped its jaws open, revealing sharp teeth. Orange scales covered its fleshy body, sparkling in the light. Its large, bulbous eyes, and
That's a goldfish.
Yeah, golden scales, bulbous eyes. Yeah, it's a fucking goldfish.
Yep.
Swiveled from side to side, searching for prey as it swished its fins through the water, hunting. It was a hungry predator, constantly moving and constantly on the lookout for things to tear up and destroy.
I mean, if I was an algae, I would be terrified.
Yeah. Or a flake of fish
What's the name
food.
of the one? What's the name of that little tiny guy in SpongeBob?
Plankton.
Yes!
Yeah.
I'm Plankton. I scared.
Yeah. This kind of thing would, like, work better if the story were about, like, the inherent violence of nature.
Yeah, I could see that.
But it's not.
Oh.
The rest of the creatures that are in this story, because it's definitely more creature feature than anything else, they're just more violent than normal animals. And that's, like, in the character's own words, these animals that they're going to be coming up against are not normal, and they are strangely aggressive.
It reminds me of that TV show called Zoo. I only watched a season or two of it. But the idea is there's like some disease or something that makes all of the animals sentient and super intelligent. They start like hunting humans and whatever. Kind of sounds like that idea.
Yeah, maybe. The other half of this chapter is to introduce two of the characters from the story. This is all happening at the CIA. The Goldfish Bowl is just in an office at the CIA.
Lame.
Yeah.
That's lame.
And he's getting fed some fish food.
Okay.
At this first part, we're going to be getting introduced to the characters. All of the characters are Asian except for one. I'm fine with the story being almost entirely Asian.
Yeah.
But the one character that isn't is only there for racist reasons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So first we get introduced to Rainer, a fit Japanese man who had a penchant for wearing shades. He looked like the archetypal James Bondish government spy.
Okay.
And then there's Chandler.
From Friends?
That's how I've been imagining. Good old Matthew Perry, still alive in our hearts.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
A scrawny man with blue eyes. He was barely tall enough to be of average height. Bespectacled. Hold on, I don't get this. Bespectacled, he looked rather like a nerd, except for the fact that he wasn't all that smart. And this is the story's token white guy that's going to get bullied for the entire book by the characters and the story.
Okay. But he's not like a bad person?
No, he's bad.
Just he is also bad?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a dumb, greedy, whiny coward.
Gotcha.
He's only there for other characters to tell him to shut the fuck up.
He's our punching bag.
Pretty much, yeah. He's there for an inherently racist reason, but in a world of, like, more subtly racist characters and, like, other stories, it's weirdly refreshing to have an unambiguously racist character because the author is unabashedly racist.
That is really funny.
Chandler asks Rainer some inane question or other, and Rainer just tells him to shut the fuck up. But then an alert pops up on Chandler's computer. An energy field pops up somewhere. We never find out where. Somewhere in the world that they're monitoring, there's just an energy field that just pops up.
Okay.
Next, totally changed scenes. We go to somewhere else at the CIA. We get introduced to the main character and what I believe is the author insert, Trevor Legends.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice name.
Yeah, just every time something comes up about Trevor, just imagine like the guitar sound effect.
Yeah.
That's this guy.
Comes sliding in with his glasses and his cool hair.
He's being shot at and attacked, but he's an expert with guns and hand-to-hand combat. One at a time, fights off like a dozen dudes.
So our John Wick, basically.
John Wick, yeah. He's doing things like kicking people in the solar plexus and dodging roundhouse punches.
Risk control.
Yeah, risk control. Well, we do go into Hapkido, whatever that is. It sounds like something that Steven Seagal would do, so...
It might be real, I don't know.
I don't know. But this dude does use the word roundhouse punches, which I think is really funny.
Roundhouse punches?
Yeah, I don't know. I think he means a haymaker. It's just a wild, wide-arcing punch.
Very comic book.
Yeah, but I've never heard anyone refer to it as a roundhouse punch. I've heard roundhouse kick.
Yes.
Lots of you watch Roadhouse. Nothing but roundhouse kicks.
Yeah.
But never heard of a roundhouse punch.
Okay.
And he's blocking SOCP maneuvers, whatever that is, with Hapkido. Then we find out this is all just CIA paintball simulation training.
Lame.
They get interrupted by a new character. Who are you? Trevor asked. My name is Agent Zed Kang. I could be reading that wrong. The name is Xed.
No, I think it'd be Zed.
That's what I felt like, but I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure all the
Unless
time.
it's like Jed.
It could be Jed.
Okay.
Because she's Korean, and that could be a thing. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
My name is Agent Zed Kang. I work for Rainer Yamazaki's division of the CIA. Zed Kang is described as an androgynous, muscular Korean woman in a suit and tie. The only characterization that we get for Zed is this. Zed had taken a liking to Trevor in the short time that she knew him. She admired people like herself, athletic, straightforward, and ready to kick ass at all times. The only major differences between them were their gender and their sexual alignment, which isn't... That's not...
Wait, so
they have the
gay?
same sexual alignment.
They're straight? They're both straight people?
They both like women.
Oh, okay.
So, I don't know
So
exactly how that works. But yeah, she's gay.
But he's trying to say they both like women, so they're similar in that way?
Well, he's saying they both like women, so that's what's different about them, which I don't get.
Okay.
Yeah. It's...
Okay. Just poorly written. I don't know what... Okay.
And then he does a slur.
Lovely.
Like most dykes...
Oh, gross.
She had lost all semblance of her female self.
What the fuck? What?
And even considered going over to the other gender.
Okay. Oh, good.
Yeah.
So we're just piling stereotypes on this woman. Great.
Yeah, this guy loves a good stereotype.
Yeah.
We also find out later that she always wanted to get a job in mathematics, but couldn't get good enough grades.
So
but she got scouted by the CIA for being a weightlifter.
Because that's what spooks do, is weightlift.
I don't know. I don't think that
Is
being...
he playing up the Asian stereotype that they're good at math and then saying she's bad at it, so she's a bad Asian?
Maybe, I don't know. Like, no one else gets compared to her with her mathematics, so I don't know.
This is confusing.
It is confusing.
Okay.
But for some reason, she gets hired to the CIA for being a weightlifter. And that's the crazy thing to me. I don't think the CIA hires based on your ability to lift weights.
I don't know.
That's crazy.
This sounds kind of crazy. Maybe they need a spook who will go around in the weightlifting circles and still fit in.
That's very specific.
Very specific.
But considering some of the dumb shit that the CIA has done, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
He has, like, the almost opposite view of the CIA from me. Like, I probably don't give the CIA enough credit. This guy gives them all the credit. The CIA knows absolutely everything about the secrets of the universe, is what he thinks.
He's building them up as this amazing elite force who are brilliant and do everything perfectly.
Yeah.
And we think of them as numbnuts who take lots of drugs.
Yeah.
From, when was that, the 70s when they did or 60s when they did
Yeah,
those
that was
stupid
the
experiments?
MK Ultra thing, where they were just dosing people with acid without their knowledge.
And I just think of them as going and fucking up other countries' governments randomly and causing a lot more problems.
Yeah, that's also true. So Zed is there on behalf of Raynor to get Trevor on board with a super secret mission. On the way to the mission brief, they meet the other one-dimensional characters. Braxton Song, a strong man who is a Ivy League graduate with degrees in weapons engineering and physical fitness.
John Wick.
Another John Wick, yeah. But he decided to work for the CIA because he likes violence.
Okay, government-sanctioned violence. All right.
Then there's Adolf Truong.
That's a name choice.
It is a name choice. He's a psychotic character that is allegedly very smart, but the only thing he ever does is shoot things, hears voices, and say irrelevant shit. Like, people will be talking about the mission, and he'll just be like, where are my shoes?
No, that is the author insert.
It kind of is. I think all these characters are the author insert, but the author definitely wanted Trevor to be his insert the most.
Oh my god. We say he's smart, but he just randomly says shit.
They all go into the briefing room. Everybody says, fuck you to Chandler, and
that's kind of a funny
It
bit.
is kind of funny. Everybody just shits on Chandler for the entire book. I do think it is kind of funny.
They just walk past him, fuck you, Chandler. Yeah, fuck you, Chandler. Dumps his tea on his head. Gives him a swirly.
Rayner starts describing the mission. They picked up energy signals from a particular location on Earth that are far more powerful than anything Earth produces. Our planet is theorized to have ley lines, continued Rayner.
Oh, ley lines. Those can be fun.
It's not.
Oh, bummer.
I'm just going to let you know, this book brings up a lot of ideas, and it does not continue down any of them. It just keeps flopping tracks.
Great. Much like the interview, we have 9 semi-parallel tracks that just kind of go random places.
Yeah, and he just brings these ideas up, never sticks with them, then sometime later swaps over to another idea.
Not a disciplined writer.
No, or a disciplined thinker. I think he's just a very disordered mind on this guy.
Right. Without getting into, like, diagnosing weirdness.
Yeah. It might have areas with bizarre energy readings. According to our Astral Ops division, these readings are associated with psychic activity and other paranormal phenomena. The reasons behind the correlation are not clear, but there appears to be a correlation notwithstanding. Some spikes in these waves are over 4,000 CPS. I don't know what that unit is. By comparison, human EKG readings are only 100 CPS, and psychics only have 900 CPS brainwaves. Don't know what that means. It's just, it might as well be like Dragon Ball Z power scaling. It's just this one bigger, these two smaller.
Right.
The group starts commenting. Zed thinks it's aliens. Braxton says if it is, he'll kick its ass.
I think it's a disturbance in the Force.
Yeah, I mean, that fits as well as any of these other fucking ideas, so sure. Rayner freaks the fuck out when they start talking about this and throws, like, everybody's shit. Like, Braxton is, like, lifting weights and Adolf is playing chess with himself because he's crazy. So he grabs Braxton's dumbbell and, like, throws it at the chess set.
Damn!
And says, if they screw around and mess this up, he's going to kill them. Understand?
No, that's not part of your job, sir.
Well, it is now.
Oh, my goodness.
Everyone nods except for Trevor.
Oh.
Rayner asks him if he's deaf, and Trevor says, only to bad ideas.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah. So Trevor leaves. He thinks this is stupid, and he doesn't want to be involved at all.
Oh, he can just bow out?
He just bows out.
Wow.
He goes back to his room, which I guess he's just got a room at the CIA.
Oh, they live there. Okay.
He lives there at least. I don't know.
Okay.
He starts reading a manual on combat vehicles. So Trevor is obsessed with weapons and wants to be a modern warrior, but just doesn't get combat vehicles. Just doesn't understand them. So he's trying to improve himself, and he's reading this manual on combat vehicles.
Are we talking about, like, Humvees? Tanks?
Yeah, shit like that. Just war vehicles. But his special weakness is jet skis. I never thought of a jet ski as a combat vehicle, but I guess.
Okay, sure. This is called the Aquarium?
Yeah, the book is called The Aquarium. We're not quite aquariuming yet, but we'll get there.
I am so confused.
Well, I hate to say it. We're not going to clear anything up anytime soon. Zed comes in with a gift of donuts, asking if he wants some cop food, and if he still can't wrap his mind around the common motorcycle.
But what does that mean? What do you need to understand about a motorcycle that you don't?
Yeah, I don't understand that. I also don't understand why she's asking this. Like, she's offering him donuts and asking him, like, something that only someone would really know about him if they knew him, because they've only just met.
Right.
And she's asking that question like she already knows that he's had issues with this in the past.
Yeah.
So don't understand why they're talking like they're lifelong friends now. But she also knows how to tempt him, bringing up a past mission where they found a bunch of new technology and weapons, and suggesting they might find some on this mission. Don't know why she thinks that, because they've literally only found, like, just some energy readings, and that's it.
Like, the best thing I can think that we might get is a really, really, really big brain. at the location that we're going. Everything they've said implies very big brain.
Yeah.
Nothing about cars or guns.
Yeah. I mean, to give you credit, you're not entirely wrong.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you're fairly close.
But she's like, come with, there'll be cool gadgets.
There could be guns. You like guns?
Yep.
Trevor then takes out his Zang pistol, is what he calls them. And he thinks to himself, the power of a shotgun and a mere handgun. I don't know why this gun is like so special to him, because we've got those. We have pistols that are roughly as powerful as a shotgun. That's like not crazy. And we've had them for a while. It's like not new.
People just sew off shotguns and you can shoot them
it's essentially a pistol.
Yeah.
Sure, whatever. He loves these pistols, and they've got infinite ammo, apparently. Trevor then asks, how do I know that this barren field Raynor mentioned really does contain new tech? How do you know it doesn't? Zed replies. He didn't answer. It wasn't because he didn't want to, but because he couldn't. Got him with the old... You don't know that I'm wrong question. How do you know there's a toaster in the middle of the sun? How do you know there isn't? Damn, I guess there's a reasonable chance there's a sun toaster now.
Wait, is that from the book?
No, that's from me.
God.
Yeah, I'm doing a parallel.
Okay, but you were using your reading voice?
Yeah. Well, I was reading. I wrote that. I wrote that one.
Very clever.
I'm writer now.
You are the writer now.
So they all get loaded up. Trevor's on board now because someone said the word guns, and he's like, yeah, I'm in it.
There might be guns. I'm in.
They get loaded up with weapons. Zed gets a flamethrower and a MAC-10. Braxton gets a minigun. Adolf gets 2 Uzis and some mines. Chandler gets a sniper rifle. Raynor gets an assault rifle. Trevor gets an AK-47. Grenades, a rocket launcher, a ballistic knife, his 2 pistols that he already has, and a medieval broadsword.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I have grenades and a broadsword.
Yeah. I mean, I think he got everything covered.
Yeah. And a rocket launcher?
And a rocket launcher.
This is making me think of like a cartoon where someone is so covered in armor and guns.
Yeah, I don't know how the fuck this
reach out
guy
and you
walks.
touch them and they just fall over.
But yeah, that's how you know he's the main character. He gets the most
guns.
All the guns. He gets the most and coolest guns.
He has as many as everyone else combined.
Yeah, he does. They all go on this mission, riding in a stealth fighter. They're like bantering back and forth. Adolf smells frogs in the color brown because he's crazy.
Yeah.
Raynor is pissed off because that's like his only emotion, I think. He's
Can
telling
you
everybody
explain a little more who Raynor is and what he works at and does?
Raynor is just the leader. He runs this section of people at the CIA.
So this is his team.
Yeah.
And he's just mad. That is his default.
That's his default.
Okay.
Everybody only gets one emotion.
Right.
Zed is lesbian woman.
Right.
Adolf is crazy. Braxton is strong, angryman. Mm-hmm. Raynor is mad, and Trevor likes guns.
Yes.
And Chandler is a coward.
Okay.
Yeah, Raynor's pissed off, and Zed makes a diarrhea joke because someone said the word brown.
Smelling brown, yeah.
Yeah. So,
easy joke. Okay.
Yeah, they just make a diarrhea. Yeah. They get dropped in a wasteland somewhere. It's described as video game-like. The geography is just looping over and over, just dead grass and dirt. That's all. It literally gets described as video game-like. And this is video game-like in 2007.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Oh, that's bad. Okay. We can see what resolution his mind works at.
It's 240p. They immediately find a crop circle.
In dirt?
Well, there's also dead grass, so
A crop circle in dirt and dead grass?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. There were small pieces of metal sprinkled everywhere, which was common among man-made crop circles to make the alien presence seem more convincing. I've never heard of that. Have you heard of that? People just dropping pieces of metal at like...
No, because I thought they would try to avoid leaving any evidence.
Right.
Don't you like take boards and nail them together and have like a rope and you pull it?
Yeah, that's exactly how most people do it.
Right, so I don't know why there would be bits of metal or that would make you think of aliens.
No idea.
Okay.
So they're all also skeptical. But then they find bits of crystal and metal. So there's little bits of crystal in with the metal now. Mm-hmm. So it's the same thing as you would expect from a fake, but also crystal.
I'm just thinking car accident.
No roads.
So they got there somehow.
Yeah,
There's
I guess it's
crop
more
circle.
likely than the a UFO making a crop
Yeah.
circle. So
Okay.
I don't know. There's these pieces of metal and crystal on the ground that, quote, were convincing even to the most hard-minded skeptic.
Ooh, shiny.
Yeah. Convincing of what? I don't know. This book swerves into like every lane, so I don't know what they're trying to imply.
Because we were told there's ley lines. We were told big brain activity.
Yeah. The words
we were told
alien
maybe
were mentioned.
alien, yes. Maybe there will be fun tech there to play with.
Yeah.
That's literally all we know.
Right. So I don't know what the book thinks this is so convincing about because it's not making an argument at this point.
Right. We have no idea what the argument is for.
So they look around. They see this crystal like just growing everywhere.
Like sticking out of the ground growing?
Yeah,
or
like
just kind of like...
on the ground, growing up into the dead trees that are around.
Okay.
So, and they're just arguing because they don't know what this stuff is. Like, is this a fake? Is it just like radiation? Did someone just drop some paint on the ground? And everybody just speculates with these ideas, and no one ever comes to a conclusion.
I mean, everyone's looking through goggles that makes everything look like a video game from 2006.
Yeah.
So it is valid. They have no idea what they're looking at.
Yeah. Trevor has above average spatial reasoning skills.
Very nice.
And he says it's the Fibonacci sequence. The circles are proportioned such that they represent 0. I don't know how you have a circle that represents 0, but whatever. 1.
My dude, a 0 is a circle.
Damn! Fuck, I'm the idiot! How could this happen? The circles are proportioned such that they represent 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, and 8, and so on.
Okay.
I don't know shit about the Fibonacci sequence.
I don't know anything about the Fibonacci, but, you know, if maybe somebody took crystal and just made those shapes on the ground, there's your numbers.
Yeah, sure. So they're all speculating as to whether it's man-made or aliens or paint or whatever.
Yeah, because a paint could be from an alien or a human.
Yeah, it could be alien paint.
It could be.
Next, they come upon a clean bone white skeleton.
So an aged skeleton of wolf from what?
Well, they're shooting for like fresh skeleton, I guess, at this point, or fresher. Like it's
But
literally
is it
just
of
bones.
is it human or is it an animal?
It is not. It had a 13-foot rib cage, a 7-foot tail, and a 10-foot neck that was tipped with a reptilian head. 2 pairs of flippers lay at its side. That's how it's described.
It's one of those fishy flash.
Fishy. Sorry? No, start over? Fishy flush?
I was trying to think of the Pokemon Lapras. I was from fish to Lapras and my tongue gave up. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know zeros or circles, and I cannot name. What is the one that swims?
No, you had it right. It was Lapras.
Right, but of actual living animals, what was the one?
Plesiosaur.
Plesiosaur. Because I was also trying to think of plesiosaur.
Fishy flashy.
Yeah, that's what you say when you think Lapras, plesiosaur, fish.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I respect that.
There's
So,
a skeleton, a somewhat fresh skeleton in this desert with a crop circle and crystal paint things everywhere and a Fibonacci and okay. So what do they think of this?
They don't know. They all just argue as to whether it's like a hoax or it's real or it's Russians, and they still don't come to any conclusion. They all just speculate like random ideas, and no one makes any headway.
But they don't even have, they can't take samples for a lab. They don't have cool gadgets that can tell them if it's real.
I don't think they give a shit about taking samples. But yeah, no one takes any samples.
Okay.
No one's trying to collect any evidence. They're just...
No one even has a camera?
One guy actually does have a camera.
Good.
Chandler took a sniper
the idiot
rifle
has
and
a
a camera.
Yep.
Yeah. More notably, for later, they see all those things. What they don't see is a building or vehicles or a giant culvert pipe big enough for a 30-foot wide shark to fit through. Nothing. Important for later. Trevor starts pacing, trying to think of the most strategic action. However, instead of finding an answer, the answer came to him. And I hate that sentence because he just trips over a rock and he finds it. He finds like some glass under the ground, which implies that the glass was looking for him instead of him looking for glass.
Mm-hmm. Because I was imagining someone walks up to him.
Right. That's what that would imply.
An active participant in this encounter.
Right, but the very inactive glass under the dirt finds him instead of him finding it.
And trips him up.
Yeah. Not so fast, he says.
To the glass that tripped him up.
Trevor lifted his boot. He had stepped on something hard and flat. It looked like a crystal, but upon closer inspection, it was glass. A glass surface partially covered in dirt and grass. But then later, when they're inside and they try to go out, he realizes again that this isn't glass, actually, it's diamond. So it goes from, oh, this is a crystal. No, it's glass. To no, it's a diamond crystal.
Also, it's really, really hard for people who are not trained to tell the difference between crystal and glass.
Right.
It looks like clear, shiny to us. It is not like, most people can't just be like, this is lovely crystal. Oh, this is hideous glass. Like, usually, if they have good, clear quality, like you can see through it.
Yeah.
Most people can't tell.
Yeah, later on when he says that this glass is diamond, I don't know where he's getting that from.
Right, because that'd be a hardness test.
I think that's like just they're trying to get out, but they don't even try to like break the glass or anything. Because he's just like, oh no, we can't get through the glass because it's actually diamond. I can see that now.
Foiled.
They find a glass door and decide to go in. As the story goes on, they are going continually further underground.
You know what else they find underground?
Is the philosophy of solipsism that there is no one else and it's only me.
You didn't know this, but you actually live in my head.
Damn.
And I had to convince you.
I knew it was 50-50.
My head, my brain,
which one of us is real?
To do this podcast. And you capitulated so quickly because it's me fulfilling my own fantasy.
That explains why I like just fade out whenever I drive away.
Yeah, it's great. No one has to feed you or take care of you. It's just like,
it's very efficient.
I'm done with my friend now.
You don't even have to consider me human or treat me so.
Which is why I'm so mean.
Ads. Hello, bad book loving friends. Just updating our socials. We're on Blue Sky now at bugs-bibliowrecks.bsky.social. We have a Substack at Bugs and Books, and the profile name is Bugs at BiblioWrecks. And of course, our website, BiblioWrecks.com. Drop us a message and check out the content that Bugs works on. She's really good at the social stuff. And let's get back to that bad book.
We came out of the bunker and all we found were these damn ads.
But I am the god of my own mind. That's all that matters, really.
Yes.
At the end of the day.
I think, therefore I am God.
So yeah, they're continually going underground. Every room is like, it's either hallways or it's some kind of room. And all of it is like vaguely futuristic with glass aquariums. The tanks range from like fish tank sized to ocean.
Oh. Are there things in these tanks?
There are things in the tanks.
Okay. So this is like underground science lab experiment place.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like and sounds like.
Yeah.
Okay.
The walls have Celtic designs. The entire time they're going down this hallway, they just spitball like increasingly stupid ideas.
And we don't even know what country or region of the world this is in.
Nope.
Jesus.
Like, if this is Celtic designs in Scotland, not that weird.
Right.
This is Celtic designs in South America. That's pretty weird.
Right.
So, yeah, no context for whether this is weird or not.
All right. Also, Celtic design, is that Celtic knots?
Doesn't say, just says Celtic designs.
Oh.
That's all it says.
Great writing. Fantastic writing. A+.
Yeah, I can see it. I am there underground with these stupid people.
In the badly rendered video game of your mind.
Yeah. Yeah, they're talking about biological experiments, or maybe this is a proton decay facility. They just spitball shit, and they don't actually talk about what it actually could be. They're just like throwing out ideas.
All right. Usually, this is how authors tell us what actually is there. Usually, your characters help the reader understand what's going on.
Right, but here it's more like all these ideas that these characters are throwing out are like, they're like getting in the way of the story. Like it can't get out of its own way to tell what's actually happening.
I'm in a ball pit getting covered in ideas and I'm drowning and can't get out.
And I think it's because the author is kind of an egomaniac that's more concerned convincing the reader that he's smart and knows a lot of things rather than giving the reader a story.
Yeah.
They pass through several nearly identical rooms. In the first, there are tanks in the walls with schools of barracuda. The room after that, they find a series of oddly shaped tanks with a bunch of strange octopus in them. 3-eyed, 15-legged, another with a mouth, not a beak, a mouth on its mantle.
Okay.
So just these weird fucked up octopus.
Right. Kind of like science experiment Frankenstein animal kind of things.
Somebody's been doing some bullshit.
Right.
Next room, there's a large diorama of the facility.
Oh, that's helpful.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know how you go into a new building or something like that, and there's like a smaller replica of the building so you can see where you're at in space?
Yeah.
Every building I've walked into has them.
Every single McDonald's has a little tiny smaller
McDonald's. Yeah.
And then if you look through the windows of that one, you can even see
you.
the tinier one. And it's not interactive. This isn't a map that lets you have surveillance or anything.
No.
It's just a diorama, little tiny...
It's just a model of the facility that they're in. How they know that it's a model of the facility they're in, no idea. Trevor just pulls this idea out of the air, and he's just right about it.
Also, my problem is, if you were looking at it from the air, it would just literally be dirt with crystals.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're looking at crosscuts with underground stuff. This is weird.
Yeah, I don't know what this model is supposed to look like, but Trevor just divines that this is the facility. This is a model of the facility.
All right.
So that's just a bare fact now.
Okay.
And at the bottom of the model, there is a tube that seems to go to nowhere. I don't know whether that means the tube just continues out of the room or it just ends, which in that case, it doesn't go nowhere. I don't know what this means.
It has an ending.
Yeah. All it says is that the tube at the bottom of the model goes to nowhere. And I don't know what that means that they're looking at.
I mean, because it could be a loop and loop back onto itself, and you could theoretically say that goes nowhere.
Or it's a tube that ends.
A dead end.
Yeah.
Just a literal dead end.
So I don't know what they mean when they say this.
Right.
Next room, there are large tanks of 10-headed round fish. They are fish with their heads arranged in a sphere, pointing in every direction.
A soccer ball with faces on every...
A soccer ball with fish heads, yes.
Okay.
With little fins, and they just swim slowly everywhere.
Poor animals.
They are not having a good time.
This is horrifying.
Also in this room is a pedestal with a rainbow gem on it. It's described as making the Klothman diamond look like a piece of quartz.
The Klothman diamond?
The Klothman diamond.
Klothman diamond. Well, considering I don't know what that is, this is not a very helpful description.
Well, you weren't a fan of Garfield, apparently, because that's where that's from.
Wait, really? I thought this was like a historical artifact or something.
Nope, it's not. It's not the Hope Diamond, not the Regent Diamond. It's the fucking Klothman Diamond from a goddamn cartoon about Garfield and friends.
Wow.
That's where this guy's getting his references.
I did not expect that. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. My flabbergasted.
Yeah. Flabbergasted. All these energies. You're looking at me so confused looking.
I mean, because I did like Garfield, but we didn't have the cartoons. I read the newspaper clippings.
Oh, yeah, they didn't
and
have,
those are in black and white.
They didn't have the running gag of the Kaufman diamond in the cartoon or in the comic.
Comic strips. What's funny is my kids would have gotten that reference, and
I don't know that they would,
because they've watched the cartoons, but I don't know if that's the old ones.
That's an old ass cartoon, though.
There's new ones though. There's lots and lots of new ones.
Right, but those would have came out after 2007.
Oh, true.
So this guy's referencing the original Garfield and Friends cartoon.
Right. I mean, I would have taken something that was like from X-Files.
Yeah.
Or History. That is very funny.
But no, he references a cartoon.
Okay.
And like he doesn't make it obvious either. Like he makes the Klotman Diamond reference. I didn't know what that was, so I had to Google it. And the only thing that came up was, this is a running gag from Garfield and Friends.
That is very funny.
Zed says, according to my readings, the amount of energy, both psychic and electromagnetic, that this crystal is producing could make cold fusion look like a campfire. This obviously means absolutely nothing scientifically.
Also, can we please work on our descriptions?
Right.
The Kaufman diamond look like a quartz, and this thing look like a something else? Could we just describe what it is, please?
Right. Yeah, it doesn't mean anything really. But even within this story, it also doesn't mean anything to the reader. In the real world, cold fusion is purely hypothetical.
I was going to say, do we have that? I thought that was like sci-fi stuff.
Yeah, it's just sci-fi stuff.
Okay.
But just in this fiction, it's still nothing because we're never given a metric to go by in this universe. It's a statement that means nothing, and it's just to excite nerds that also don't know anything about thermodynamics or the history of frauds that alleged that they could make cold fusion happen, but were either wrong or lying.
Also, you could just say, this has the power of 15 nuclear reactors in the fist-sized crystal.
Yeah, or the power of 18 suns, or
Yeah.
something that someone
It's something
knows
that's
about.
real, that we understand.
Right. The team decide this is like over their heads, and they should just leave and report back to the CIA.
They're not going to steal it? How big is it?
Fist-sized?
I said that, but I don't know if that was in the description.
I don't know either. People just pick it up in one hand, so it can't be too
Okay, so
huge.
it cannot be larger than fist size.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
So they're not going to touch the crystal.
Oh.
And they're just going to leave.
Okay. That doesn't seem very CIA of them.
Except Chandler,
Ah, the idiot.
the idiot, who says, "It loves me. I just want to hold it." Like dreamily, the power is getting
seducing
to
him.
They all try to tackle him, but Chandler grabs the crystal.
Oh no.
The lights in the facility go dim.
Out or dim?
Dim.
Oh,
It says
okay.
dim.
Okay,
So there's not
we
no
still
lights.
have power. Mm-hmm. All right.
And all the doors lock. Then the tin-headed fish flood into the room after they break through the glass and now are just like extremely aggressive for some reason.
Flopping on the ground or swimming through the air?
Well, the room is like filling up with water.
Oh.
Now that it's like my thought whenever I first read it was these rooms are just going to fill up with the infinite volumes of water that are described in this book. Mm-hmm. But it seems like that's not like a huge thing. Like the problem is that continually more creatures keep showing up.
Oh.
And they can't kill them as fast as they're coming in. But it seems like nobody's worried about drowning. So, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm going to save a lot of needless shit. Because the vast majority of the book now is just going to be shooting guns at weird fish.
We're shooting fish in a barrel.
Yeah.
That we're also in.
Yeah. I mean, that does sound harder. If you're going to shoot a fish in a barrel when you're also in the barrel, that does sound pretty hard.
We're being attacked by sentient fish, presumably.
I don't know about sentient. They are psychic.
They're trained to attack fish.
Maybe. I don't know. It never clears that up.
Just to understand why we're being attacked by fish.
Yeah.
They love the crystal?
I don't know.
Oh. Is Chandler still holding the crystal?
Chandler does hold the crystal until later on.
Okay.
After they get out of some of the fighting and Zed takes it away from him.
Okay.
Smacks his nose with the newspapers. No. They're pretty much just shooting guns at fish. In every room, they get attacked by new weird creatures. I'll mention, like, the types of animals and when someone dies or is, like, grievously injured or something like that.
Wow. So we are literally just moving from scene to scene, fighting animals and just fighting.
Pretty much.
Okay.
That is the vast majority of the book from here.
It really changes my perception of John Wick.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like you're sullying the good names of Keanu Reeves by comparing him to this.
Well, I kind of felt like that was what they were attempting to write.
Okay.
They were trying to create a John Wick character.
Yeah.
And I guess back in like the 80s, 90s, maybe it would be like Jean-Claude Van Damme or Stallone or, maybe one of these other superheroes.
Yeah.
Our current one would be like
Keanu, yeah.
John Wick.
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves. But I was just thinking, he went and murdered all those people because they killed his puppy. And these guys are murdering animals.
For a rock.
For a rock. Reverse.
But yeah, they kill a bunch of the 10-headed fish. They bust through the door, go into the other room. Then they get into the room with the octopi, or octopus, and they start breaking out. A couple of them grab Rainer and rip his fucking leg off.
Oh my god!
Yeah. Doesn't die. Trevor just drags him around for the rest of the time for, like, the next few rooms. And I don't understand how he's not bleeding to death.
Because that would happen pretty quickly.
Yeah, because...
Is it at his knee, at his groin, or it just doesn't
say
describe it?
I just assume that it just pulls it out at the hip socket.
That's what I would... But you have really important arteries there.
Yeah, you'd bleed to death
you would
really
die
fast.
really fast.
So, I don't know. It could be, like, pulling it off at the knee or something, but it doesn't say.
And now the water is filling up with all that blood.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
So yeah, Trevor picks up Rainer. They keep going. They go into the Barracuda room.
Don't go in the Barracuda room.
They're going in the Barracuda room.
Don't do that. Don't go in the fish with teeth room.
Instead of breaking through the glass like the last couple animals, the Barracuda just teleport through it and fly through the air and slice these guys. So they're just, like, flying through the air, and they'll, like, slice them, and then they'll teleport back into the aquarium.
That's a scientific breakthrough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These fish have figured it out.
Yeah. They're the scientists all along. There's no humans or aliens needed.
So yeah, they kill things, like, constantly. There's just, like, waves and waves, and they just keep coming. They can't kill them as fast as they're showing up. Mm-hmm. Adolf is saying things like, "Die, Uncle Fred," because he's crazy. Mm-hmm. Rainer keeps trying to tell everyone to leave him and complete the mission, because that's his only character trait. And Trevor just keeps dragging him along. Braxton says things like, "Fire in the hole," or "Eat this," and Chandler is cowering in whatever corner he can get to at the time and whimpers. Zed just yells orders at people. And most of the dialogue is like that. Just yelling obscenities at fish and making lame quips at each other. Mm-hmm. They make it back to the entrance, but they find it's locked, and the glass isn't glass, but it's actually diamond. I don't trust these characters to know what diamond looks like if their frame of reference is fucking Garfield.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But regardless, the exit is unbreakable, and they can't leave. They decide there must be a way out further down.
The tube that goes nowhere.
The tube that goes nowhere. Though no one can remember what the model of the place looks like. They're still being attacked by Barracuda throughout this entire thing.
Oh.
And they find another door that they haven't been in yet. And despite being of some kind of allegedly alien, unknown design, Zed can just lockpick it with a regular lockpick.
That's because it's Celtic.
It's because Celtic. Celtics are...
Famously easy locks.
Famously easy locks. You could, if you could really just unlock one of those with a stick and a piece of gravel, really.
Yeah, you just blow on it.
Yeah. Pops right open. Make it to the next room, but oh no, it's a giant sea anemone room. Or a sea anemone that, quote, "even though it had no face, it displayed anger similar to that of a human." You know how humans display their emotions with their face?
Also, aren't these things, like, stuck in one spot? Aren't sea anemones, like, halfway between animal and plant?
Yeah, kind of.
They don't really walk around?
Yeah, not usually. I think this one's, like, stretching. It's got, like, tentacles that's, like, stretching upward.
Oh, okay.
And breaking through the floor glass.
Maybe it's turning red with anger.
What?
People turn red when they're mad?
Oh, turning red.
Yeah, like, maybe it's, like, you know...
I thought you said churning bread, and I thought I was having a stroke.
Yes, you are having a stroke. This book is giving me a stroke.
Yeah. It has that effect.
So this is sea anemone.
A sea anemone.
Anemone is angry, and you can tell. Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah.
So I will take your word for it.
It's shooting its tentacles up through the floor. The anemone grabs Rainer.
Who's missing a leg. Yeah.
Who's missing a leg.
Okay.
And the entire time he's just been like, leave me, complete the mission. And that's the only thing he said for the rest of the time that they've drug him around.
Right.
Quote, he plunged into the anemone's sickly flesh and became enwrapped in its meaty, bulbous protrusions. Hair-thin needles shot out from every inch of the animal's skin, impaling his entire body.
Yeah, that little tiny house that Finding Nemo, that Nemo lives in, that's the thing that's destroying him.
Yeah, they actually do have, like, stingers like that, though.
They do, but we're just sizing this up really, really, really big.
Yeah.
So he's the size of Nemo, and it's shooting barbs at him. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Nemo actually had, like, a mucus membrane around him. That's how clownfish live in the sea anemone.
Right, because it protects them and other fish can't deal with it.
Yeah.
We're giving an awful lot of animation to this.
Yeah. Yeah, the animals seem to get a lot more emotions than the characters
of the people.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Rainer dies. They take a moment of silence and then they go to the next room. And this room's, like, safer, I guess, for the moment. Mm-hmm. Braxton seizes Chandler by the throat. Someone stop me from committing homicide, is what he says. I just wanted to take it back to the CIA. I thought it was strategic. You're on my side, aren't you, Trevor? Trevor stood with stern expression. I don't think we should kill him, he said. What? Replied Braxton. He practically sent Rainer into the mob that anemone. He actually spells it wrong.
Oh, this isn't a bit. Okay.
Yeah, this isn't the bit. I should have thought about that while I was doing the bit earlier. It fucked me up. But no, he actually says amenally.
Amenally.
Yeah, so I think he just misspelled anemone. He's getting in on the bit with us.
Yep. Writing the jokes for us.
Yeah. Negative. He should not be killed because there is a far worse punishment than death. No, said the wimp. The story is just...
So they both know what they're talking... I don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, they're talking about prison.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Prison?
Yeah. The plan is just to send him to prison because that's worse than them just killing him, I guess.
I thought we were going to feed him to the barracudas piece by piece.
Apparently not.
Oh. Or give him back to the anemone.
Yeah, that would definitely be a worse fate than regular dying.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
They're just going to send him to prison is the plan now, I guess.
But he's on a CIA mission and he just took something that they're like, hey, that's bad idea. I don't understand how that's like crime go to prison thing.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm sure there's like some kind of code, but I don't know. This guy doesn't go into the show.
They're going to hide him in the spook prison.
Yeah.
Basement room that nobody ever escapes from.
They're going to peel off all his skin and send him to Guantanamo.
Yep.
But yeah. No, said the wimp, because the story is just calling him a wimp.
Yeah.
No, please don't. I won't survive there. People get raped in there. People's heads get dunked in toilets. You know, those two comparable things there? Rape and swirly. Yeah.
Also, you survived this place, this underground lab full of biting, killing animals, and you think you can't survive prison.
Yeah, it's weird.
This is very weird.
They all sit down and lick their wounds, and they all try to come up with a plan. Zed, who's in charge now because she was second in command behind Rainer, suggests calling an extraction. Braxton says that's fucking cowardly.
No, that's just what you do when you can't get out.
But then we get this line. Ooh. And we find out why Braxton says that.
Oh.
You want to know why? It's because he's Asian.
What?
Quote, they may have been highly trained government soldiers, but the conformity that military affairs usually instilled in officers didn't work on Asians. Sometimes principle was more important than strategy. I can't be brainwashed because I'm Asian is fucking crazy.
But also, those Asian countries that are highly individualistic.
And militarized, yeah.
What? What is he? What?
I don't know. I think he's just like trying to imply that Asian peoples as a whole are less able to be brainwashed by the military and don't conform because they're so individualized and they have a stronger sense of principle than what other races have, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts.
That's just nuts.
Mm-hmm. It's just Asian supremacy shit. It's the same kind of nuts as when white people do it.
But I mean, Western, America is highly individualistic, and they have to work really hard to make American soldiers, communally minded, mission before myself, because we are not at the top, but very high on the individualistic.
Trying to make reality out of this nutbag's fucking nonsense.
Well, my other thought was that he's trying to say that it is a matter of honor to get ourselves out of this, and it would be weekly...
No, he's saying it's a matter of honor that they stay there and continue the mission.
Right, that's what I was trying to say.
Okay.
It's a matter of honor to finish the mission as is, how they're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see how that has to do with any of that other stuff.
I have no idea.
Okay.
I think he was just feeling a little racist and he wanted to bring that up.
I mean, this is the man who very famously said, I hate black people.
He wrote an entire article.
He wrote a whole article, and apparently one before that about white people.
And then another one before that about Asian people, but it was sarcasm.
Yeah. But that's because dragons are the best.
No. I mean, I'm going to go out on a limb. Dragons, pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. I mean, I can't disprove you.
Yeah, you can't. And that means I'm right.
That means you're right. I can't prove that there's not
dragons...
a toaster in the sun.
God, I gotta get through this shit.
I'm just dreading this. So I'm trying to do anything
trying
else.
To pull me away from it. I'm like a dog at the end of a chain just dying to choke on chicken bones. Quote, anyone have an idea what the creatures are? Asked Trevor. As one of you mentioned before, they're genetic engineering experiments, said Zed. It would be hard to splice a gene that allows one to transcend physics. This has to be a psychic or parapsychological phenomenon. Come to think of it, you're right. In my astral ops courses back in the academy, they taught us about levitation and astral projection. This is a weird fucking sidebar. Back then, it was pretty primitive. Their limitation was so brief that it looked more like hopping. And OBEs couldn't pass through more than 2 walls. But it might have improved over the past 20 years.
I mean, that's why they're called spooks. They're like ghosts. They float around. This is legit insane.
It is. It is crazy. This guy's crazy has other kinds of crazy.
The friends in his head each have their own mental illness. Mm-hmm.
Psychic fish, said Braxton. I'm a believer in psychic phenomena, but fish?
Because that's going on.
That's the crazy part.
That's too far, good sir.
They can't even escape ending up on my dinner plate. How can they possibly have the capacity to overcome the laws of physics? Then Trevor says, who says intelligence is a prerequisite of extreme mental capabilities? Which,
okay,
that's like the most lucid thing that has been said so far.
Yeah.
But then he says, anyway, I don't believe it.
Oh, okay. Pick that up and drop it right away then.
Yeah. The parapsychology stuff is just, all that means is it's just mental stuff that can't be explained because it's made up.
Right.
Like hypnosis or telepathy. But it's a fictional world that has this stuff, and we're still calling it parapsychology for some reason.
Yeah, fine. He read some book about all the stuff that the CIA wasted money on in the 60s,
He's
70s,
like,
and
this must be
80s.
real if they spent money on it.
Yeah, fighting the Red Scare. Because I've seen people try to defend their beliefs in psychics by saying the CIA wouldn't waste money on it if it wasn't real.
Yeah, and there's nothing that they wouldn't spend money on back
Right.
during the Cold War. So they come to a room with 2 doors. They split the party to cover more ground. Trevor and Zed go to the right. Adolf, Braxton, and Chandler go left. And also, this is where Zed takes the crystal from Chandler. And Chandler is sad now.
Oh.
Because he wants that crystal. He got as she's like walking away from the crystal, he's like looking longingly at it.
Is it like the Ring of Sauron?
No idea.
My precious?
We don't find out. He's just obsessed with it for some reason. He's the only one.
That's odd.
Yeah.
It's because he's a weak-minded white man.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. First, what happens to Zed and Trevor? They arrive at what appears to be some kind of lab. They find a bunch of random objects, a 3-inch great white, a von Neumann machine, which is a self-replicating machine, and that's a whole weird thing. He describes it as like, it's like a metal tree that's growing little metal bubbles that grow other little metal bubbles. I don't know what this is about. It's wild. I don't know what he's talking about. But it's just more of this fictional science fiction
Yeah,
stuff.
sci-fi, anything, let's just throw it in there.
Right. A small wheel that continuously spins. At this, Trevor says, perpetual motion? It's not supposed to be. Newton was wrong, Zed says.
I mean, we are in a different universe where we have
I guess, but just
Barracuda.
making that jump to that, just it doesn't mean anything.
I mean, we're past, cold fusion in this world, too?
I mean, they were just talking about that, though. They just look at a spinning top, and they're like, oh, it's perpetual motion.
I do not see the energy source. Yeah. Therefore, it does not exist.
But yeah, they also see a cat, a dog, and a lobster that all have fish scales.
Ooh.
And then they see a gun that looks like a mix between a flintlock and a modern handgun.
One of these things is not like the other.
Yeah. Oh, the 4 animal groups. Cat, dog, lobster, and gun.
Yeah. We're doing scientific genetic splicing on guns now.
Yeah, this one, being a gun, Trevor gives it his full attention. But they agree not to touch it, because the last time somebody touched something, the entire facility fucking went nuts. But he slips and knocks the gun off the table anyway. So, now that they've touched it, and it fell on the ground, and, shot the wall, might as well take it.
Yeah.
So he takes it. This turns out to be a laser gun, but Trevor will only use it when he runs out of his nearly infinite supply of bullets. And
grenades, and rockets, and swords.
Yeah. But it won't be noticeably more effective than any of the other guns. So, just never think about it again, because it doesn't really matter. Just as long as you know he has not 7 guns, but 8.
Right.
Trevor then hears a voice in his head. So now everybody's getting voices in their heads. Mm-hmm. It says, "Come to me." But he just ignores it. And Zed's just like, "Are you okay? You cool?" And he's just like, "Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it." In the next room, there's a flying saucer powered by psychic energy. So they start talking about aliens, and which they both know exist because they're in the CIA. So they're pretty nonchalant about it. Mm-hmm. How much do you know about the CIA's documentation on extraterrestrial biological entities? It's not my specialty, but I know enough. They've definitely been here, but not for resources. No, water and silicate can be found everywhere in the universe. Then they're here for research? Our scientists have concluded that this is the most likely reason. But what's the point in building this installation? Do they have a fetish for marine life? Water covers 75% of the planet. Maybe they got bored of Homo sapiens. So they're just having this pointless-ass conversation.
Where we're just guessing a lot of things and not telling the reader anything useful.
Mm-hmm. Which is pretty much what they've done for the entire book and will continue to do for the rest of the book.
Right.
Then a plesiosaur plops into the room. So they have to fight it. The action reads like a transcript of someone playing a video game.
Pokemon plus guns.
Yeah.
It's Pal World.
It is Pal World. But racist. No, it's Pal World.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
So they just run around and, like, circle strafe this plesiosaur.
Oh.
Because it's, like, slow and it can't, like, plop after them
Yeah.
fast enough.
Oh, no.
They take cover behind the flying saucer and they shoot the thing to death. At the same time, exactly one floor down, the other group is traveling into a room with a giant lobster. This exchange between Adolf and Braxton is actually kind of funny. That exoskeleton shouldn't make it too heavy to walk. That's why crustaceans and insects are small, says Adolf. Do you have to analyze everything? Asked Braxton. Yes, everything from the meaning of life to my toenails. I'm sorry I asked. I'm sorry I answered.
I'm sorry you wrote this book.
Yeah. We're all sorry for that.
I'm sorry we're doing
I'm
this
sorry
podcast.
I read it. Then they get attacked by manta rays flying through the glass. Braxton calms over to Trevor and Zed and tells them that they're under attack. Which I thought calling for help was cowardly, but, you know, whatever. Trevor and Zed hear the gunshot beneath the floor, so Trevor shoots the floor with his fucking rocket launcher.
Which makes a slide that they can slide down. Super cool.
Yeah, they use the plesiosaur's body to, like, slide down to the next... Yeah. Then a bunch of pufferfish show up.
I've been imagining, like... I was imagining the original soccer fish as, like, pufferfish, but with, like, little faces.
Yeah. So what do you think is the twist with the pufferfish?
Right, because they're poisonous. Or venomous? Both, right? Because if you eat them, you get sick. But I thought if you touched their spikes, it would hurt you.
I don't know.
I think they're both.
No, I think it is poison, because if it bites you, I don't think you get poisoned or get envenomated. I think it's just if you try to bite it.
Okay.
You get...
So, yeah, that'd be poisonous.
Yeah. Which I think I've heard it referred to as a toxin, too, so I'm not sure. It could
it's
go
a
either way.
neurotoxin.
Yeah.
Anywho. So, we know that if you get poked by them, it hurts, and if you eat them, it hurts. So, they pull out their chopsticks and go, "Hi-ya-ya!"
No?
I'm trying to think of the batshit craziest thing in the world. I don't know what these pufferfish are going to do.
Yeah. Well, I promise you'd never get to what they actually do. So these pufferfish start puffing up, as pufferfish tend to do, and they explode
Whoa.
into leeches.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, they're full up of leeches, and then when they explode, the leeches just go everywhere.
But I would have expected them to be like fish grenades and their spines would shoot you and you'd get poisoned.
Yeah.
Because that would be cool.
That would be cool. But
Or they blow
explode.
up and that fills them with gas and they float around and you have to duck and get away.
That could be fun. Like they're just bouncing around the room,
Yeah,
but they're like
yeah.
covered in spikes, so they're like stabbed.
Yeah.
to death. That would have been cooler.
Yeah.
But no, they explode into leeches.
Okay.
The leeches latch on to Adolf.
Oh, is he our next dead dude?
No.
Oh.
Quote, "Little did he know that the leeches were laced with the AIDS virus."
Yep, never would have got there.
Yeah, you never would have got there, huh?
No, this could be a 10-hour podcast and I would not have gotten there. That's very true.
Oh, God. So, I don't know why this choice.
I do not understand this choice either.
I think it's just for shock value, maybe. Is like
I am shocked.
Yeah. Adolf is the only one that gets, I guess, infected by these leeches.
Uh-huh.
But he doesn't live long enough in the story to suffer any effects from the AIDS.
Okay.
So...
Also, we are told so little in this story. We do not have omniscient third party author telling us, little did they know that this tank would be full of, barracuda. But this time,
but in this moment,
detail, we know.
An omniscient God comes in to tell you, oh yeah, Adolf, who just got bit by a bunch of these leeches, he's got AIDS now. Ha ha!
Of all the things to tell me, this is a choice.
Oh, gosh. It's so bad. It's just for brain dead shock value.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep. Yep.
So he like pulls all the leeches off of him. He doesn't die immediately. They leave to the next room, which doesn't have any animals, so they take a break and talk. I've been thinking about the origin of this place, says Trevor. I have a hypothesis.
Good.
What everybody else has been having for the entire book.
But he's the main character, so he'll be right.
Right. It's theorized that certain types of crystals have molecular structures that resonate with energies other than light. The weak force, the strong force, or gravity. No idea what he's talking about. He's just going to keep going. All Consciousness, the fifth fundamental force. Research. What's the... Because he only mentioned... What is it? Oh, yeah, he did mention 4. Research at Astral has come to the conclusion that there might exist a metaphysical medium composed entirely of mind underlying our reality that would explain people with the ability to perform telekinesis, astral projection, materialization, and other paranormal phenomena. The same can be said for people who can instantly multiply 9-digit numbers in their heads. Figure out what day of the week a certain date will fall upon thousands of years in the future and produce other feats of incredible genius. Maybe that crystal is tapping into the deepest levels of consciousness, changing it into a solid, liquid, or gaseous phase, much like water can change phase.
I quit. I give up. I know. This is...
So to this guy, someone being able to do math really good is equivalent to doing telekinesis.
Yep. Mm-hmm. We watched Rain Man and said yes.
But he thinks Rain Man can be distilled into a solid.
Yes. We can turn it into a perfume and spray it in your face.
So his hypothesis here is that people who can do math really good can have that ability crystallized into a solid form, and that solid form can make fish teleport and give leeches AIDS.
Now, I would have really loved if that crystal was the thing doing all of this and it had turned Chandler into a genius. Because then we would actually be having a full circle and things could be cool.
Yeah.
And that didn't happen, so I'm annoyed.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't seem like the crystal has any effect on any of them except for Chandler, which is just makes him greedy, I guess.
Right.
So.
But we're talking about how crystals can have an impact on human psychic abilities.
Yeah.
And that's some, mysticism bullshit.
Yeah.
That new age whatever.
It's really fun.
But that doesn't actually tell me
No, it doesn't.
where this facility came from.
No, it sure doesn't. He's just got to he saw the rock and he was just like, you know what? I bet that's made of mind. That's this crystal has not been shown to do anything other than glow and make fish angry, I guess.
How far are we into this?
We're getting pretty close.
Okay,
I'm trying to get through it fast. But
I know.
I can't help but every time something increasingly crazy is said, I have to stop and talk about it.
Absolutely. This is one where the details are the story.
Yeah, because otherwise the story is fucking nothing. They're just going through some tunnels and fighting fish.
Yes.
And dying. So they argue about this for a while until Trevor hears the voice again. You will all die. And then they get attacked by talking murder dolphins. The author calls these Kako dolphins or Kako dolphins.
Okay.
I have no idea why. Kako is either an Asian food, a kid's show where the characters are people's hands, not hand puppets, hands.
Ugh.
Or the Japanese word for past. The dolphins try to crush and bite them, and whenever one of them is killed, they die laughing and say things like "fun, fun." It's just dumb. Leave the room. They argue whether the voice Trevor heard was psychic or holophonic, and I can't be fucked to Google holophonic.
No, it doesn't. None of it
Yeah,
matters.
it's fucking nothing. The next room has a bunch of diving equipment, conveniently, and the next room is a giant pool with a jellyfish, and the door to the next room is at the bottom of the pool. Adolf says a bunch of crazy shit and blows himself up to kill the jellyfish. Woo. Make it to the next room through the door. The next room is dead end, so they just rest for a couple hours.
Is this the tube that led to nowhere?
They haven't gotten there yet.
Oh, okay.
Right now, they're just in a room that doesn't have an end. But they'll get going here in a bit. Zed slaps Trevor on the shoulder. I forgot to mention this, but you did a great job out there. So did Adolf, Braxton, and obviously Rayner. Thanks, he replied. That means a lot coming from you. Why? You barely know me. It still means a lot. Do these fucking characters know each other or not? God damn it.
Right.
Trevor is looking at and thinking about the inscriptions on the wall. He's not talking to anyone. He's thinking. And this is what he thinks. Why were there symbols in some places and not in others? Why would there be Celtic language, yet not a shred of English or any modern language? And then it hits him. Isn't it obvious? He says out loud, like he's having a conversation with someone instead of just thinking to himself. According to Astral Ops, there was a psychic named Edward Case who lived during the
Edward
early...
Casey! Yes!
Oh, is that one you know?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
was a
even Google.
real guy who scammed so many people.
Oh, that makes sense.
Edward Casey. That's amazing. That's a deep cut.
Yeah, according to him, Astral Ops. How long ago was Edward Casey?
Early 1900s?
Oh, okay.
Late 1800s?
Well, apparently Astral Ops has been operating for at least that long.
Yeah.
So, there was a psychic named Edward Casey who lived during the early 20th century. He claimed to be able to tap into visions of the ancient city of Atlantis. He said that this civilization possessed technology that surpassed our own, but was lost forever when the city was vacated. This is Atlantis. He spoke the truth, is what the text says. So despite nothing, there is no logical progression that gets to this, but the text itself, the narrator, says Trevor is speaking the truth when he makes this Herculean leap of logic.
Yeah, that is. And Edward Casey wrote and spoke English, not Celtic. He was an American.
Well, I mean, he was just having visions of Atlantis, and Trevor is saying that this is Atlantis, this place that they are now.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't understand why, because it's just like a weird, long, tubey facility. That would be weird if this was a city.
Yeah.
It's not given the impression that this place is in any way city-like.
No.
Also, it's underground in a wasteland that we don't know where the fuck it is.
You know, if this was at the bottom of the ocean, so much more would make sense.
Yeah,
to
it
me.
really would. But there's like no notes written in like a predecessor language, no depictions of Poseidon, no reason as to why Atlantis would be in some fucking random wasteland that we don't know where it is. Even Trevor says, why did the Atlanteans suddenly vanish? How can this crystal produce so much psychic energy? Questions can be asked ad infinitum. Ad infin...
We talk good.
I talk real good. Ad infinitum. Yeah. But there will never be enough answers. Some things have no answers. And yeah. The guy's just nuts. So we can make these Herculean leaps of logic, but we can never have the answers to the questions that we ask. Speeding through this, because this is the pinnacle of stupidity, thinking it's smart. Cacodolphin shows up, says, follow me. They follow it via a secret elevator. They make it to a room with a bunch more crystals, and surprise, surprise, another tank with a prehistoric whale. Where is the rainbow crystal, it asks. Give it to me. Zed gives it to the dolphin. Trevor, you have what you wanted. Now let us leave. What about completing us, the whale says. Don't get your hopes up. We don't know what the fuck this whale is talking about. A bunch of crystals show up on pedestals. These were the specimens you provided us, continued the whale. We have not been able to harness their arcane workings fully. You must tell us how. Zed says, we are not the ones who gave you the crystals. We don't know what you're talking about. The whale blasts them with a psychic blast. So they're all like falling down and shit. Trevor says, okay, we will complete you. We left because we needed to find out how to complete you. We are still searching. We only came back to do additional research. That's why we took the crystal. Why didn't you tell us sooner? We thought you would understand. I don't believe you.
You're lying to the psychic
To the psychic
whale?
whale, yeah.
The whale that can read your mind?
Whether or not you believe us, we are your only hope. You betrayed us. You will die now. If you kill us, then there is no hope that you will ever be completed. We just want some more time. Very well. And then all the doors unseal. So they're like, all right, let's book it out of here.
It thinks we're Atlantean peoples.
Yep.
And we fooled them. Ha ha, run away.
Except Chandler.
Oh, fucking Chandler.
He's looking at the crystals.
Oh, no, Chandler.
He wants some crystals.
Did they do genetic engineering on him and he's part raven?
You see something shiny, he just needs it. He runs and yoinks some of the crystals and breaks for the elevator, and he just goes up by himself. So, story kind of splits off, but I'm going to go ahead and finish up with Chandler here. He reaches the top and gets immediately caught by the dolphins. So you wish to have the power of the rainbow crystal, do you? Says one dolphin. Experience its power then. The crystal glowed. No! Back in the room with the whale.
This is so cartoonish.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
I love it.
You will die, says the whale. They fight with the dolphins again, except Trevor uses a sword. Except Trevor uses his sword this time. Squinting in here.
Whatcha?
They kill all
Fishes
the dolphins.
for dinner.
Yeah. And now they're on. We have to find a way to bring the elevator back down. Negative, replied Trevor. Even if we did, the door where we entered the aquarium is probably closed now. Trevor lifted his head with a realization. The tube, he said.
To the tube.
Remember the model of the aquarium? There was a tube that seemed to lead to nowhere. What about it? This place must have a cleaning system. That tube is probably used to expunge waste. You're right! It was also positioned at the bottom of the aquarium. We might be close to it by now. So they go into yet another room with a big-ass tunnel. They're attacked by more dolphins and octopus. More importantly, they're attacked by Chandler, who is a wailing, crying, psychic flying fish shooting energy balls, screaming, I was once a man! Because why not?
Why not? I mean, anything goes in this world.
Yeah. They fucking kill everything, including Chandler.
Fucking Chandler.
Yeah, fucking Chandler. And they're trying to figure out how to leave. How long do you think this tunnel is? Trevor asks. Probably long enough to prevent us from escaping before the creatures here reactivate the water flow. Trevor thought he was royally screwed. However, he then noticed a vehicle posted next to the tube.
Is it a jet ski?
It's a jet ski!
It's a jet ski! I don't know how to work this thing. This is my only weakness.
Despite him being the one that's not good with jet skis, he's going to drive that goddamn jet ski. Does that seem a bit too convenient, he said with suspicion. The Atlanteans were technological masters, Zed says. I'm not surprised that they would engineer such a vehicle. So, fine, whatever. But then they get on the jet ski. A fucking megalodon starts chasing them at the same time that the waste ejection system starts.
They're going down a poop chute being chased by a giant shark?
Yes.
A giant shark, if you will?
Deus Ex Shartna.
Your face is so disappointed in me.
It's because I'm not making the joke. It's only funny when I do it. So they're racing down the tunnel. Zed falls the fuck off right into the shark's open mouth.
Oh no!
This tube has to be going uphill, right?
To escape, yes.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, where are you draining anything?
I'll explain why it has to be going up. Like, it's not like going forward in a straight line 1,000 miles to fall out into some fucking
that's what I was
cliff or
initially
something.
expecting.
Yeah, that's not what's happening.
Like, we go to some reservoir underground or something.
Yeah, no.
No, we're going up.
We're going up.
We're pushing our waste up?
So the waste ejection system is pushing water up the tube, which is pushing the shark. But it's pushing the shark, and then there's nothing for Trevor to be jet skiing on.
This is insane.
It is insane, and it doesn't make any sense, and it's not thought out because this guy's crazy. So he is jet skiing on nothing in front of the shark.
Also, if it was pushing, it would just be the water slowly rising up.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it could be like forced with like a really powerful pump or something.
But it would still just be pushing it up.
Right.
It wouldn't be like... I was imagining a tunnel with like a wave going down the tunnel. And
well,
we're riding
I think
the
that's
wave.
how he's writing this. I don't know if he meant for this to be going up.
So they come out up near the ground where they went in?
Yeah.
But they've gone down, and then down again, and then down again.
They would have to, the water would have to be forced through this tunnel uphill.
Right.
In order for it to be dumped out where they started, which is where the story is.
Okay.
So I'll finish up the last bit.
Moving on.
So the shark is being forced up the tunnel behind Trevor, and he shoots out of the tunnel onto the wasteland, and the shark bullets out and suffocates on the dry air almost immediately. He says within a minute, this thing dies.
But sharks can take a while.
I know.
Oh, okay. Honestly, it would have already been suffering from being in the waste water.
Yeah,
like, it
that's
would
true.
not be breathing in the wastewater.
Yeah.
It'd be trying to get back to wherever its clean water was from.
Yeah, I guess.
Logic, not here.
Yeah,
not
it doesn't
now.
matter. Trevor gets up, tries to calm with someone, but he doesn't get anything. I suppose I should just keep walking until I find something. And so he did. He kept walking and walking and walking.
Who survived?
Trevor.
He's the only one who
He's
survived?
the only one who survived. Everyone else died.
Okay. The last one to survive...
I forgot. I did forget to bring up Braxton.
Yeah.
Braxton died from the manta rays, I think.
Oh,
because it's really stupid. He gets hugged by the manta ray, and it suctions onto him so hard that when they pull it off, it rips his entire skin off.
Not how I was expecting a manta ray to kill somebody.
Well, it also stings him a lot.
Oh.
In his ass.
Yeah.
It stings him in his asshole.
What?
Yeah.
Ugh.
And it stabs him through his asshole so hard that it comes out of his dick.
This guy needs help.
Yeah.
This author needs therapy.
It's really stupid, and that's probably why I
tried to forget about it. Yeah. I was just confused because I was like, we still had a couple people left.
Yeah. No,
we still did. And then
point.
we had Zed and him, and then she got eaten by the shark.
Yeah. She just fell off the jet ski.
That's a lame way to kill her. She was cool. She was badass.
So, that's the end of the story.
Of him walking into the desert.
Yeah, that's how the story ends. He just walks into the wastes. But there are a distressing 30 pages left.
How?
Assorted philosophical proofs. What follows is a series of nonsense, presumably circular reasoned philosophy that I refuse to do more than parse through for the funniest sounding ones.
Yes, please. I cannot do 30 minutes of these.
But that's how this ends. He's trying to show off his quote-unquote philosophical proofs to show off how smart he is at the end of his book, because he didn't feel like he shoved in enough philosophy bullshit into this as it was.
Is this supposed to be stuff that Trevor is thinking as he goes into the desert?
No, this is fully just the author. This is an afterword
by the author saying, hey, here's my philosophy.
Yeah,
Enjoy.
Story is over. This is just additional material because he's so smart and brave.
Okay.
What was the origin of the universe? The following proves that the origin of reality was not temporal, but was actually an idea. The idea that started reality was the meaning of life. The first premise is, assume there exists an infinite number of quantum parallel universes. When you're trying to prove something and the first thing required to do is for you to assume something, you fucked up.
Yeah, that's not a proof.
Yeah. Then he just has a testimonial on force fields.
Oh.
Yeah, not like how to invent a force field, just how useful force fields could be. The many practical uses of force fields. Use force fields to make large machines. The machines can either be fully or partially made up of force fields. B. Spaceships can be made out of force fields. C. Planets can be made out of force fields. D. Guns can be made out of force fields. I don't know who told this guy force fields were a bad idea,
Yeah, I don't know who we're arguing against.
Right. He just thinks that force fields are neat.
I agree.
And through
yeah.
through power of that, we should do force fields now.
I'm sure we would if we could.
Yeah. I don't know why we haven't, honestly.
You know?
How to achieve perfection.
Oh, yes. I need this.
Everyone
I'm the
needs that.
perfectionist.
Well,
yes.
The purpose of life is to achieve happiness. That's A. B. Assume a human has unlimited power. If he were to indulge in every pleasure conceivable, food, sex, movies, while living an unstructured existence, he would not be able to achieve heroism. Heroism, part C, is the greatest form of happiness because it contains the highest form of bliss, passion. Infinite indulgence cannot elicit the same pleasure one attains from the feeling of heroism. I truly hope that this guy is on a list somewhere. This kind of toxic thought is what leads to school shootings. Thoughts?
No. I'm head empty.
Yeah.
Completely lost.
I'm feeling pretty head empty, honestly. He's also got a section on solipsism, but, like, if the dude's a solipsist, why, like, any of this?
Yeah, because we wouldn't need any of it. It's all in his head.
Right. But, like, why are Asians better than other races? Like, none of them are real in his mind. He's the only one that's better than everyone else.
And also, they couldn't have been bullying him if they're a figment of his imagination.
Right. Why is heroism so important? Literally everything is in your head. If you're the only conscious mind in existence, there's nothing to be a hero about.
Right.
So, yeah. I really hope this guy has gotten help since writing this.
I mean, that is 20 years ago?
Yeah, 18. Yeah.
18?
Yeah.
So, I mean, he could be a new person.
I hope so. If it were up to me, this guy would have been living on Thorazine and Jell-O in a padded room. For public safety more than anything.
I mean, he was so bad that Fox News was like, nope.
Yeah,
eat.
Fox News thought this guy was gross.
Yeah, which maybe they weren't as bad in 2006. I don't know.
Yeah, I had that
I've
thought.
never watched Fox News, so I
Yeah.
don't know how bad they were then compared to now.
Right.
But even still, that's kind of saying something.
So, I give this book a grade of prison. Right there with Wings of a Butterfly, in my opinion.
Go to jail. Go directly to jail. Do not go past go. Do
Mostly
not
because
collect
all-
$200.
Mostly because of all the alleged proofs at the end. I'm glad this book is, like, super hard to find.
Yeah.
I feel like this book could make someone really stupid really dangerous, too.
If you took any of this seriously, that's kind of horrifying.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's all fun and games when we're just joking about it and laughing about it. But yeah, imagining someone taking this at all seriously. is-
Like he did.
Yeah.
That's spooky.
Yeah.
So, what'd you think?
I give it I want sushi now.
Yeah, that's fair. I also want sushi now.
Yeah. Well, that was, I mean, I don't even know if I could pull any pieces out of this to make a decent story
No,
with.
there's no bones.
No.
Like, honestly, this is the exact opposite of a story with, like, bones but is bad.
Right. There's no real plot. There's no answers. The characters are basically non-existent. They
Yeah.
exist to shoot and then die.
There's, like, the veneer of interesting thoughts that are only skin deep, and then there's nothing else.
And everything is so poorly described. We don't even have a good, solid conspiracy. I would have been so excited if it was actually Atlantis the whole time.
Right.
And we were building up to it, and there was hints.
Yeah.
We never met anyone who was doing these experiments.
Right. But the Atlantean thing was given just as much credence as every other
Aliens,
theory.
Celtics.
Yeah. So, despite the narration saying that that was the truth, it doesn't feel any more true than anything else that was brought up.
Right. This is all speculation, and nobody is an expert on any of this. So
Yeah.
we don't have the one guy who's like, hey, I know what this is. Yeah,
It's just really stupid
in
and
the
bad.
trash. Go to
made-
prison and throw this in
Written
the
by
garbage.
a most likely mentally ill person.
An exercise in
Psychosis.
Yeah. Well, thank you for experiencing that and sharing it with us.
Thank you for listening. I wouldn't have listened to that nonsense.
I thought this was actually really fun.
Oh, really? I'm glad. I'm glad you had a good time. I was worried it was going to suck.
Partly because I could not see ahead of
where it was going.
I could not, because we kind of have this idea of where our bad books are going to go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're like this. Oh, we're cribbing off of Twilight again.
Yeah.
Oh, we're having our Jacob stand-in. You know, we kind of get the same over and over.
Mm-hmm.
This was so uniquely bad.
Yeah, I will give the story that. It's fucking unpredictable.
Very unpredictable. Pufferfish into leeches with AIDS.
Yeah.
Never, ever would have seen that coming.
It's so dumb. And like most of the, I've read some of the reviews about this book, and that's where most people stopped. Because they didn't think it was good up until that point, but then they read the words leeches had AIDS, or were laced
And they
with
were like,
AIDS,
fuck
and they were
no,
just like,
and threw it away.
this is fucking stupid. I'm never reading this again. DNF. It was just DNFs all the way down.
Oh, wow.
For like all 11 people that read this.
Honestly, I think it wasn't long after that when I was like, when is this over? I was like, do not finish.
Yeah, that's why I was like trying to speed up after I got to the leech AIDS. I was like, all right, that's the high point. That's as dumb as it's gonna get. We just gotta get through the rest now.
That was fun in a insane ride way.
It was definitely different, for sure.
But yeah, if you're on Reddit or want to email us, we love these because we have gotten some really great suggestions, and if you thought it was batshit insane, we probably will too. Follow us on Blue Sky, email us at BiblioWrecks@gmail.com. We're gonna get together Reddit stuff at some point, and do not go be a Asian supremacist. It will make you go insane.
And don't be a solipsist. You're smarter than that, and have better shit to do with your time.
Or do that, but assume everything you do is morally relevant, and try to make everybody's lives around you better with your thoughts. You know, because it's kind of like the opposite of a voodoo doll.
Yeah.
You get a little doll of somebody and you pet it and give it food. And you hope they have a very nice day.
Somehow that's creepier, honestly. I'm more upset by that than a regular voodoo doll.
All right. We'll catch y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye.